ドジャースとホワイトソックスの3連戦初戦で、今日は日本人2人が大活躍でした。山本由伸投手は7回8奪三振1失点の好投で8勝目、大谷翔平選手はシーズン前半で30本塁打を記録した史上4人目の選手になりました。山本由伸投手の投球は本当に圧巻で、変化球もキレッキレ、低めにコントロールされたスプリットはとてつもない切れ味。大谷翔平選手の放った打球は時速187キロで打ち出し角度42度、最高到達点は渋谷109の高さに到達する51メートルにも達しました。試合後の現地放送を翻訳してお届けいたします。
Hello, welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Harton alongside Jerry Hairston Jr., James Loney. More than 51,000 on hand here tonight to see the Dodgers open up the month of July with another win. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. Yoshinobu Yamamoto has now made back-to-back outstanding starts, goes 7 innings, gave up just 1 run, had 8 strikeouts, and the offense was all about the timely hits tonight, Jerry. All 6 of their runs coming with 2 outs, including 4 runs in that first inning.
I love the job that Yoshi has done, especially the last 2 outings. Colorado Rocky, he found his split finger fastball, outstanding fastball command as well. He showed it again tonight, 7 strong innings. That Ohtani guy is pretty good as well.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame show with Teoscar Hernandez being clutch, being deserving of All-Star nod, and we saw it in the first inning, getting that first hit, RBI, fastball up. Great job by Teo.
Shohei Ohtani, 54 home runs last year. Tonight reaches 30 before the All-Star break. Let's head inside the stadium because Shohei is standing by with Kirsten Watson.
Shohei, there's not too much familiarity when it came up to facing Shane Smith. What were you seeing from him just to put the incredible swing you had today?
あまり対戦してない先発ピッチャーですけども、どう対策を立てて打ったんですか？
最初の2打席は抑えられましたし、3打席目で最後いいスイングができたので、今日はやっぱり由伸が素晴らしい仕事をしてくれたので良かったなと思います。
2 at bats, he really got me, but the third at bat, I was able to get him back. But I think, kudos to Yoshinobu, who really had a great outing today.
You've already been voted into the All-Star game. To see Yoshinobu have an All-Star performance, to see players like Andy Pajes, how special would it be for them to be competing with you in the game?
由伸とかパヘスも今オールスターに向けて頑張ってますけども、オールスターに向けての活躍っていうのはどこまで期待していますか？
本当にどちらの選手も、みんなそうですけどふさわしい成績じゃないかなと思うので、ドジャースから多くの選手がオールスターで一緒にプレーできれば嬉しいなと思います。
I really think they both deserve the nod with the way they're performing, just so as much as the other guys on the team. So very much looking forward to having a lot of Dodgers on that squad.
All right, you guys picked up the first win of this series, so congratulations on this one, you guys.
Shohei Ohtani, the starting designated hitter for the National League in the All-Star game, that has already been determined. And James, he showed why once again tonight. One big swing puts him at 30 home runs here in the first half of the season.
Yeah, you saw in the interview right there, Shohei Ohtani is like, how dare you guys throw to me a third time? We've seen the pitchers through the third time in the lineup, and they usually, it's usually Shohei's favor, some of the best hitters. But you see that bomb right there. It was a breaking ball that came back over in the inside corner. Could have been like a hard slider or a cutter. But Shohei was late a lot today on the fastballs. We saw a couple fastballs in a hitter's counts. We saw 2-0, him being a little late. So you get to a 3-2 count right there. He's probably looking the other way up the middle, probably staying on a heater. But when you throw a breaking ball like that in a 3-2 count, at that speed, a guy like Shohei Ohtani can take you out of the ballpark just like that.
I will say this. Smith has some really good stuff. He's kind of herky-jerky, kind of like old school Jake Arrieta, that crossfire. He did get Shohei Ohtani the first 2 times up, but Shohei Ohtani made that adjustment, got something he handled inner half, and he had a barrel waiting for him. Light tower power. Good to see the Big Show make that adjustment.
We've talked a number of times throughout the course of this season, the first half, how Yoshinobu Yamamoto just hasn't gotten any run support pretty much every single start this year, Jared. But the first inning for the Dodgers, Shohei and Freddie are both retired, and then the Dodgers string together a 2-out rally and put up 4 runs for Yoshi.
And that's what I love about this Dodger team. Even you get 1 or 2 outs, they don't give away at bats. They continue to fight. Once you get somebody on, now the pitcher's in the stretch, and before you know it, offense happens. They strike. Teoscar Hernandez, great approach up the middle, taking advantage of Smith's mistakes, up in the zone. Pajes, who's a run producer, gets a breaking ball up in the zone. Michael Conforto staying through the middle of the field, getting on top of the high fastball, and before you can blink, 4-0 show Dodgers. Just great approach all night long.
Yeah, I know Don Trail's at home. He's going to agree with me what I'm about to say, but the best feeling as a pitcher at home is getting runs in the bottom of the first. You already faced the top of the lineup. The pressure is off right there. You get all those runs in the top of the first. Now it's a whole different game. A lot of times you're saying, you know what? I can throw my fastball a little more. Let me just spot it. When you don't get those runs early enough, sometimes you know what? I need to mix my breaking ball in. I need to star guys with breaking ball. You saw Yoshi hit the outside corner a lot today. They don't have one guy hitting over 290 on their team. So this is a situation where you want to attack the outside part of the zone and make them beat you the other way with singles.
And Yoshi's first 4 starts of the month of June did not go all that well for him, James. But his last start in Colorado, 5 innings, it was rain shortened. Looked like he turned back into being Yoshinobu Yamamoto once again. He carried that over tonight.
Yeah, and he's a guy you think of as a tone setter. You know, the first batter of the game strikes him out with a split, and that gives you a lot of confidence going into the rest of the bats, especially with that pitch. Yes, he's a guy that can dominate the strike zone, but guess what? Those pitches have a lot of movement. You don't always have control. So when you can start off the game spotting your fastball and mixing in those breaking balls and those splits, whether you're getting swings and misses or throwing them for strikes, it gives you confidence.
Here's another thing, James. You made a great point. When you get that 4-run lead, you know, as like Yamamoto knows, I don't have to be perfect. I can attack the strike zone. I don't have to be as fine. I can work ahead, and once I'm working ahead, spotting that fastball, I can use my breaking ball and obviously that split finger. So Yamamoto has proven he can pitch with a lead. He was attacking the strike zone after that first inning.
Dodgers get a series opening win, 6-1 over the White Sox. Let's head back upstairs, check in one final time with Steven Nelson and Oral Hershiser.
Well, after a 5-1 road trip, Oral, the Dodgers get back to home and get right back to business. They take care of business against the White Sox. What'd you like the most?
Well, you know, I think Yoshinobu steals the headlines. They only give up the 1 run, and another 7-inning outing protects the bullpen for the rest of this homestand right away. Got Clayton Kershaw going tomorrow. I'm sure he'll try and go deeper in the game. But, you know, the Dodgers didn't get a lot of hits, but they got a lot of runs. 7 hits, 6 runs. Lot with 2 outs and a lot with 2 strikes. So that's been their MO. You got to get all 3 outs against this team.
That was a big swing early, that 4-run first inning. Ohtani hits his 30th home run, and then they slam the door late. And so now Clayton Kershaw, 3 strikeouts away from 3,000.
Yeah.
Where are your nerves at, given how long you've known him, your relationship with Kersh, and you know what he means to this organization? How are you feeling ahead of Wednesday?
You know, you could say, oh, you know, I wish he was 10 away and he could have this unbelievably dominant game, right? Like he's in his prime. But 3 away is very comfortable, and I don't think there's going to be a lot of nerves. I think he's going to go out and try and win the ball game, and he's going to run into those 3 strikeouts. But I know after being around him, especially last night as he was asked about it, that this is going to be a very special time for him. It'll even be more special if they're ahead on the scoreboard and they win the game and he gets the 3 and his family gets to go nuts. It's at a point now, especially for Charlie, 8 years old, he's going to remember tomorrow night when Dad gets 3,000.
Clayton Kershaw going for a 5th straight win to try and pitch the Dodgers to a 7th straight series win, and of course going for history. Hope you'll join us on Sportsnet LA.
Yoshinobu goes 7 innings, allows 1 run, 8 strikeouts to pick up his 8th win of the season. Andy Pages goes 2 for 4, had a double, a couple of RBIs. Shohei 1 for 4 with home run number 30. Let's take a look at what's ahead on the calendar. It's a 7 p.m. start time tomorrow for Yoshinobu Yamamoto's bobblehead night. And oh yeah, there's this guy named Clayton Kershaw going for strikeout number 3,000. Then the Astros will be in town beginning Friday for some 4th of July fireworks. Next Monday, the Dodgers head to Milwaukee, the final road trip before the All-Star break. Saturday's game on Fox, all the others right here on Sportsnet LA. It's the 2nd straight gem from Yoshinobu Yamamoto, almost like somebody called it up here. I'm just saying. We're going to hear from Yoshi and plenty more reaction coming up. Dodgers 6-1 over the Southsider. Both of you guys going with All-Stars. I'm going with a guy who I believe is going to be named an All-Star on Sunday. Yoshinobu Yamamoto tonight. Yes, a pitcher is my called shot. He's only gone 7 innings twice this season in 16 starts. He's going at least 7 tonight, allowing 1 or 0 runs against the White Sox.
Like that.
He easily could have probably gone the 8th inning as well, but I felt like Doc would at least let him go 7. And I felt like 1, maybe 0 run.
Because while he was doing his bullpen session before the game, Will had the iPad. They were watching our show. And Yamamoto heard you say, 7 innings, one.
Yep.
I got that. Boom. So you didn't thank Will that he had our show in the bullpen.
But guess
Thank
what?
Will.
You got the analyst down and you got this down, so you're the Ohtani up here now. Look at you, two-way player.
And I also said on Sunday he's going to be named an all-star, so I need that also to come through to make it, 3 out of 3 on this one called shot. I've been going through a cold stretch, so let me have this one tonight, all right? Let's head inside, though, and hear from Yoshinobu Yamamoto with the media.
Yoshi, you've now had 2 just back-to-back really incredible starts. What do you think has been kind of getting back to your stride and back to your true self on the mound?
前回に続いて今回も、いいピッチングだったんですけども、そういったパフォーマンスをするのにどういったことを考えたり必要とされています？
しっかり1週間、自分のペースで落ち着いてなんていうんだろう、いい調整ができてますし、変わらずコンディションもいいので、自信を持ってマウンドに上がれたと思います。
Between the starts, I think I've been being able to wisely use those like rest days, and then doing my own regimen, and then also I've been able to maintain my good conditions.
The All-Star Game is coming up. There's, of course, a lot of conversation about you being a part of it. What would it mean to you to be named an All-Star this year?
今そのオールスターの話がよくあるんですけども、その中で山本さん、選ばれるんではないだろうかと。でそういった舞台のことっていうのは山本さんにとってどういう意味を持ちますか？
この、メジャーリーグという、トップの舞台の中の、さらにトップの選手が、集まる場所なので、その中に、入りたいなという気持ちもありますし、とにかく、選んでいただけたらとても光栄です。
It would be such an honor for me if I was selected, voted in, and then because that's Major League Baseball, and at that kind of like a stage, the top of the players across the league will be gathered, so that would be an honor for me.
Do you feel like the last 2 starts you've been executing more like you did at the beginning of the season?
ここ2試合の登板はやっぱシーズン序盤の頃のような感じでパフォーマンスができてるでしょう
か？すごくなんていうんだろうな、いいフォームで投げられてると思いますし、こうすればいいんだっていうものが、すごく明確になってきてるかなと思います。
I think I've been executing my pitches very efficiently, and I think somehow because I have figured out how to deliver the pitches.
Isn't that the name of the game as a pitcher, Jerry? Executing pitches, and Yoshinobu said he's been able to do that his last couple starts. What did you see from him tonight?
Well, I love the fastball command. And anytime you have that fastball command, especially Yoshi having that split finger, you have to honor that fastball. When he runs out 95, 97, and that's why you see a lot of swing and miss with that split. I just love his command. I'm going to break it down a little bit in that K zone. Remember, Yoshi, last start, really found his splitter in Colorado, of all places. So he knew coming in this start, he would have that splitter here at ground level, if you will, here at Dodger Stadium. Great fastball command. They have to honor that. Outstanding riding fastball away. Split finger. You notice the pattern. Fastball, split. And another thing, I love that split running down and away from the left-handed batter. They have to honor that. This breaking ball, outstanding job getting Taylor. He's a 3-pitch pitcher. Oh, by the way, he's a pretty good athlete on the mound as well. Once again, 7 strong innings. Really had the White Sox hitters really baffled. But I love the fact that he has confidence in that pitch, that splitter. Once again, when he's working ahead of the count, he's as good as anybody in the big leagues at getting that swing and miss.
Yeah, you heard Yoshi talk about execution, and execution starts with your mechanics. He usually always looks like he's in sync. The only times I've seen him out of sync is when he's missing down a lot with that split. So tonight he was able to make it look like a strike, make it disappear, and also get weak contact. Sometimes that split can look like a fastball. Jerry, a good changeup can look like a fastball. So that's what he does with his split, and he's doing a great job of keeping his pitch count down and getting early outs.
8 wins for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Still more to come here from the Ravine. Carl's Jr. moment of the game, Jerry. It is Shohei Ohtani reaching 30 home runs for the season.
A big fly for the big show. We talk about having light tower power. Shohei Ohtani certainly has that. Oh, by the way, he can run up that fastball at 102 miles an hour as well. But here, a majestic shot from the big show.
86 games into the season for the Dodgers, 30 home runs for Shohei Ohtani. Yes, it was James Loney's called shot tonight. Way to step out on the limb. But, hey, Shohei still has to go out there and go deep, and he did. So you should break it down Access 360 style.
Yeah, I got you right here. I know it's a bit of low-hanging fruit, but, I got to go with my guy Shohei. I think it's the first time I picked him all year. But, he got out twice, right? So now he goes into this third at-bat, 3-2 count, little cutter on the inside part of the plate, and he does not miss. I just love the fact that he got the bat head out there. That pitch was at 90 miles an hour. It can jam most normal human beings, but we know Shohei is a robot and can go deep at any time. Look at that, head down, exit velo 116.3. And I just love the cheeks all the time. The cheeks puff out when he hits a bomb. Launch angle at 42 degrees. Average home run launch angle is around 28, 29. We get a fly ball right there. Great, majestic finish by Shohei, giving the ball to the people for his 30th.
He's kind of like Drago, old school Drago, Rocky IV. Whatever he hits,
he destroys.
He destroys.
Destroyed that baseball. Dodgers win it 6-1. Let's head inside and hear from Dave Roberts with the media.
Dave, when you look at Yoshi's last two starts, does it just seem like he's kind of gotten back to that guy that we saw at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, I think so. I think he just kind of, recalibrated the strike throwing. The split was really good today. The fastball, obviously, the command was really good. Got some early outs, a lot of strikeouts, and was really good tonight.
You talked about just the lack of familiarity between these two teams. How did you, I guess, kind of like how your offense got to Smith early in this game and kind of how they were putting at-bats together?
Well, I think, it started with the Will at bat, and obviously the first inning he gets 2 outs on 2 pitches, and then Will earns a walk, Muntz gets a walk, and then we get a couple hits right there and got the pitch count up, which was huge to set the tone for the game and to get him out after 5 innings. And that kid's got good stuff. So to get him out after 5, getting their bullpen a little bit. I just think it was good that coming off an off day, fed off the momentum from Yoshinobu and got hits when we needed to. And Tommy had a big hit right there in that first inning. And obviously Shohei did what Shohei does, and we'll be ready for tomorrow as well.
You talked about he was struggling, that Yamamoto was being too fine. Did it help to face the Rockies and White Sox to make you feel more confident in the zone and sort of get launched back into place a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there might be something to it, certainly. I just still believe that, regardless of the opponent, if he's doing what he's doing, he's going to be effective. But, yeah, there might be something to, different teams. But it's still, any given night, big league team can get you. And I was just happy that he was still, aggressive and using his split, putting hitters away. But he's doing what he needs to do.
You kind of talked about treading water through that rough stretch of games that you had there. Right? You guys, just a couple weeks ago, were tied for first place. Now you guys are 8 games up. Is this kind of how you drew it up?
Yeah, I think so. We're still, I still think that there's some more in there as far as kind of how we're playing, as far as in totality. But, certainly on the pitching side, I think we're really pitching well. The bullpen's been great, kind of stabilized. We're getting a lot of contributions from guys in the middle to the bottom of the order, which is huge. We're getting timely hits. And obviously in that kind of gauntlet of going through, 26 games of some really good opponents and record-wise and getting through that and, not letting down and just staying on the gas, I think that's good and, finish strong to get to the break.
You kind of referenced this, but I don't think we've kind of seen maybe the team that we were kind of expecting was kind of roll over everybody. The fact that you guys are 8 games up, despite everything that's kind of gone wrong, how optimistic does that make you about what this team could look like by the time you guys are going into the playoffs?
Yeah, and I think that, the one thing I've learned is, the most important thing is, once you get there, you got to be playing your best baseball because obviously anything can happen. But, yeah, we haven't been at full strength all year. And, A lot of teams can say the same thing, but to our credit, no one's kind of made any excuses about that. Guys have taken advantage of opportunities, and I still believe our best baseball is ahead of us, and I expected us, to kind of go through that gauntlet and get on a heater, and that's kind of what's happening, and, all the while not really playing our best baseball, in my opinion.
Ohtani isn't the only one to 30 homers before the All-Star break this year, but, does it kind of put it in perspective, like, just his output, well, he's also been doing so much to be on the mound?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if perspective kind of even lands with Shohei. Just kind of seeing it day to day and all that it entails of him getting ready to play a game, kind of realize the expectations that he has on himself, and still pitching and staying healthy and doing all that stuff. That's hard to wrap my head around, to be quite honest. But he's as good as anyone as I've seen, is kind of compartmentalizing, expectation, noise, different facets of the game, all the while performing. So I just kind of stand back and just in amazement, actually. Thanks, guys.
Shohei Ohtani, 30 home runs through the Dodgers' first 86 games. That is the most in franchise history through 86 games. More coming up from Dodger Stadium after the 6-1 win. Clayton Kershaw takes the mound for the Dodgers tomorrow night. He would love to get 7 strikeouts to get everybody free jumbo jacks on Thursday at Jack in the Box. He only needs 3 strikeouts, Jerry, to reach 3,000 for his career. It seems inevitable that he will get there. We're expecting some of his former teammates to be here, but potential history we will be able to witness at the Ravine tomorrow.
I love the fact that he gets a chance to do it here at Dodger Stadium. You mentioned his former teammates and current teammates get a chance to enjoy this. Only will be the 4th left-handed pitcher in the history of this great game to do such a feat.
This is going to be maybe the first time this has happened on this show, but I'm not going to be here tomorrow, so I'm going to call my shot and say Clayton Kershaw will get his 3rd strikeout in the 4th inning.
You can't triple stamp a double stamp. You can't triple stamp a double stamp.
Oh, you can. We got time. The
4th inning, you're saying in the first 3 innings he's not going to get 3?
No, I'm calling the 4th inning. There's a reason. What's
the reason?
About the lineup.
We've got time.
It's about the movement. It's about the lineup, how the lineup's going to be set. I got my reasons, John. You had your reasons tonight for Yamamoto.
Both of you guys who had a chance to be teammates with Clayton Kershaw, and I know he doesn't like to talk about records and all these milestones, Jerry, but this is going to be very meaningful for him tomorrow.
Very meaningful, but you know what? He's going to think about it when he's done playing because he's accomplished a whole lot. First and foremost, he wants to give his team a chance to win. Yeah. That's what he's thinking about tomorrow.
Yeah, great teammate right there, and that's really what's going to be his legacy.
We will see you tomorrow on Kershaw Day, a very special Kershaw Day pregame at 6 o'clock on Sportsnet LA.
試合後のインスタでの大谷翔平選手と山本由伸投手のいじり合いも含めてなんて尊いんでしょう。というか、すごすぎませんか？何なんですかあのピッチングは。何なんですかあの打球は。こんなすごいことをやってのける2人が日本人でメジャーの舞台で披露している。考えられないほどすごいことです。あっけに取られすぎて語彙力を失っておりますが、それほど今日の試合はただただすごい試合でした。明日はカーショー投手が3000奪三振をかけてマウンドに上がります。達成の瞬間が楽しみですね。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。